Hello, thanks for being in a new video. This time we're going to take a look at what Huawei is showing at Mobile World Congress directly in Barcelona. Obviously for us the most attractive thing will be the Huawei Mate 60 RS. That is the ultimate design edition. So let's get started and head straight to Barcelona with Mr. Pablo, who's in the area.
Hello Isa, I greet you again from Barcelona at the Mobile World Congress 2024. I do not know how many times I have already greeted you, maybe not enough, but well, this time let's see what Huawei has prepared for us, which as always is surprising us with its innovations and technology. Let's see everything they have prepared because I'm in a booth that is honestly very, very big. Let's see what we find. Well look Isa, the first thing we found, the Mate 60 RS Ultimate Design. Remember that before they were Porsche design, now they are Ultimate Design, but the design of the truth is beautiful. It is a device honestly beautiful. I find it very, 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 very nice, this design. You can see there the aggressive cuts, sporty we could even say, and this change of materials between glass and, I don't know if it is aluminum, but it feels very different. And as a whole it looks very, very good. And on the front we can see this triple couture on the front where the front camera and the detection systems are for advanced facial unlocking. I think it could be cut like a pill. Let's see if we can find where this adjustment is, and indeed here we find it. Wow, honestly this pill looks like the competition, like the iPhone, let's put it that way. But this triple cutout really looks very, very distinctive. I would honestly leave it because no other device on the market is going to have a couture of this style to give it its differential touch. Of course, of the most striking of this team will be its photographic system. That, as we saw, consists of 3 cameras signed by Xmage, Huawei's own brand. We have the ultra-wide camera, the main camera, and the telephoto Ente 3.5x. This, of course, optical. And I imagine in a hybrid zoom is this 10x. The maximum that comes in is 100x, 100% digital. Let's take a sample picture. Here we have the 1x shot. You see a fairly well detailed picture. Very nice, of course, as we're used to from the Chinese giant. And we have this shot in 100x. If you can tell, it's from this letter D that we have up here. It actually looks good enough. I don't think it's the best 100x we've seen, but it stands up. And it gives us a result. I think it's in line with what we're used to today in the high end. But I can't get enough of this design. It looks beautiful. Of course, the bad thing is that it gets full of fingerprints. You have to be constantly wiping it off. But I think it's worth it to have this amazing design. And next door we also have some watches. This looks to me like the Watch Ultimate. These details that you see here are not only color, but they are actually made of 18 karat gold. Isa said, this is not a smartwatch, this is smart jewelry. A very, very eye-catching design indeed. As we can see, it has 3 physical buttons, and the quality of the display, honestly, it's hard to distinguish that it's a display. It looks like really the watch is like that because of the good quality screen that we have. I am going to return this because honestly, it is very expensive. I don't want to make even the slightest scratch on it. Let's see what else Huawei has to offer. And look what we have over here, the Mate X5. This device, unlike the Mate X3, comes with a little bit different camera module, but very similar. And the advantage is that this one already comes with 5G connectivity, which of course was necessary if Huawei wanted to remain the king in China. We see that it's a similarly slim device to the Mate X3. It's honestly very, very similar. It came out a few months, if not weeks, after Mate X3, with the difference being that it has the Kirin processor that already has 5G connectivity. its cameras surely max out at 50x. There it is. So also very, very interesting to be able to see this device. Here we also see, of course, Huawei's laptops. We've seen them a lot in the channel already, but it's not bad to see them one more time, just like their tablets, possibly here. There may also be a demonstration of what is the ecosystem of Huawei, which of course is always very good, of the best ecosystems we have today. And a look at the always nice P of 60 Pro with this color as Aperlado on the back cover. Let's remember that each one is unique. No 2P to 60 Pros are the same. I think that's wonderful. In addition, here we also have the new Huawei Free Clip. These earbuds that don't look like earbuds, they practically look like a fashion accessory that are pretty cool. You already have a review of that on the channel as well. Of course, we also have here, of course, many of the tablets that Huawei has on the market, which, remember, are not few, are in fact quite a few, especially since they have this paper matte finish. Truth has launched many devices with this finish, which is sincerely very, very good to avoid all reflections. As we know, Huawei is not only good at making phones, but it is also an expert in networking. And in this case, we have the Huawei 4G Mobile Wi-Fi 5. I think its name perfectly tells us the function of this device, which is for you to have connectivity wherever you go. So I find it very interesting that with this little device that of course comes in various colors, you can have this connectivity. I see this for if you're going with a group of friends and you don't want to share Wi-Fi from your phone, well, you have this device to do it in a much simpler way. And of course, we also have the Huawei Wi-Fi mesh. Of these, we have already had videos on the channel, so we are not going to pay much attention to them. It only remains as a reminder that Huawei is an expert in networking and of course for the development of their smartwatches. We have here a treadmill, an exercise bike, and on this side we have a golf practice, that these are some of the sports that their Huawei watches can get to measure in a very, very good way. Let's take a look at the golf demo here. Okay, I thought I missed the shot. I think he did. He did miss it. Yes, he did miss it. Let's see. Well, it is assumed that all these movements can be measured by the watch, and it can give you certain measures of your stroke, of how to improve. And that's something that Huawei has focused a lot on. So Isa, what did you think? To tell you the truth, I thought the Mate 60 RS was beautiful. Its design is spectacular. It's a pity that the Mate 60 Pro didn't come out globally and we didn't get to test it, but it's nice to have this close-up with that Mate 60 RS. Very, 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 very nice. Back with you in the studio.
Well, Huawei always surprises at these events because it has huge booths. So I can already imagine that it will have absolutely everything on display there. Even though Huawei has lost a lot of traction within many users who consider the absence of Google to be paramount, I think it still retains a very good fan base that continues to purchase its devices. For some reason, the Mate 60 stayed exclusively for China. Hopefully the next P70 will indeed see a global launch, or else we'll have to wait for the next Mate 70. We don't know. I think at the moment Huawei is having some difficulty in being able to launch a large enough number of units to make it out of China. But at least inside China, they are still very, very successful in their sales. And of course, their devices are really high quality, but the absence of Google can weigh a lot. What strikes me about Huawei is how they have managed to make their own brands to abandon their partners Leica and Porsche Design. For example, Huawei built their own X-Mage brand and it still has very nice photo quality. So it didn't really feel like it stopped being a Leica partner. And on the other hand, by creating their Ultimate Design line, they pretty much keep their same essence of Porsche Design devices, but now without this collaboration. Because now both Leica and Porsche Design went to other brands. Leica teamed up with Xiaomi, Porsche Design with Honor. So let's see if both Xiaomi and Honor managed to have the same success that Huawei had with these alliances. For the moment, we have reached the end of this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know you can tell us about it, and we'll see you next time.